Alright, let's get straight to it. Elon, if you're watching, I want to talk about something massive connecting Tesla's electric vehicle revolution with the world of cryptocurrency, specifically Pi-Coin, a digital currency with a huge global community waiting for its moment. Imagine Tesla accepting Pi-Coin as payment, at a value set by its own community. Overnight you could change the financial landscape for millions. This isn't just about selling more cars, it's about a paradigm shift and empowering a global community. It's bold, disruptive, and right up your alley. In this video, I'll break down what Pi-Coin is, why people care, and what a global consensus value could mean. We'll look at the scale, the ripple effects, and the future of money if Tesla embraced this digital currency. So grab your coffee, smash the like button, and let's dive in. So, what is Pi-Coin? If you've been scrolling through social media or chatting with friends lately, you've probably heard the buzz. But what's really behind this new digital currency that everyone seems to be talking about? Pi-Coin is a digital currency, similar to Bitcoin or Ethereum, but with a unique twist. You mine it directly from your smartphone. There's no need for expensive computers, complicated setups, or massive electricity bills. All you need is your phone and a few seconds each day. The Pi network was founded by a group of Stanford PhDs who wanted to make cryptocurrency accessible to everyone. Their vision was to break down the barriers that kept regular people out of the crypto world, so you don't have to be a tech expert or have a lot of money to get started. Getting started is incredibly simple. Just download the Pi network app, create an account, and tap a button once a day to start mining. There's no complicated process, no hidden fees, and no need to invest any money up front. There's virtually no financial risk, and no technical barriers. Anyone with a smartphone can participate, whether you're a student, a professional, or just curious about crypto. It only takes a few seconds each day to keep earning. This easy, low-barrier approach has attracted millions of users worldwide. It's especially popular in regions where access to traditional banking or advanced technology is limited, giving people a new way to participate in the digital economy. Right now, Pi is in what's called the enclosed mainnet phase. That means you can't trade your Pi coins on major exchanges just yet. However, within the Pi community, people are already using their coins to buy and sell goods and services, creating a real, functioning marketplace. The Pi network team is focused on building real-world utility for the coin before opening it up to the global market. They're working with developers and businesses to create apps and services that use Pi, aiming to make it truly useful in everyday life. This careful, step-by-step approach has helped Pi build a patient and passionate community. People are excited not just about the potential value, but about being part of something new and inclusive from the ground up. In the end, Pi is all about making cryptocurrency simple, inclusive, and full of potential for everyone, no matter where you live or how much you know about tech. It's crypto for the people, and its story is just beginning. Here's where things get wild: the Pi community's global consensus value, or GCV. This is not your typical price tag set by a company or a government. Instead, it's a value born from the collective imagination and agreement of millions of people around the world, all united by a shared vision for the future of money. The community believes that one Pi coin should be worth $314,159, a clever nod to the mathematical constant Pi 3.14159. It's a number that's both symbolic and aspirational, chosen to inspire and unite, rather than reflect any current market reality. What's fascinating is that this value wasn't set by the project's creators or any central authority. Instead, it emerged organically, as millions of users across the globe discussed, debated, and ultimately agreed upon it through online forums, polls, and community votes. The idea behind GCV is simple yet radical. If enough people treat Pi as this valuable, and are willing to trade goods and services at that rate, then the value could become real. It's a social experiment in collective belief, where value is determined not by supply and demand alone, but by the power of shared conviction. It's a bold experiment in collective belief, currency value set by community, not banks or markets. This flips the traditional financial system on its head, challenging the idea that only experts or institutions can decide what money is worth. Of course, critics are quick to point out the flaws. They argue that such a high value is unrealistic, and that if Pi were truly worth $314,159 per coin, its total market cap would dwarf the entire global economy, something that seems impossible by today's standards. But for the Pi community, GCV is more than just a price tag. It's a symbol of hope, a rallying point for those who dream of financial liberation and a more equitable world. It represents the possibility of a new system where ordinary people have a say in what money means. At its core, the movement is about redistributing wealth and giving power back to the people. It's about creating a currency that serves the many, not just the privileged few. Whether or not the $314,159 price ever becomes reality, the GCV has already achieved something remarkable. It has united millions around a shared dream, sparking conversations and collaborations across borders and cultures. For many, it's a rallying cry for a new kind of financial future, one built on trust, community, and the belief that together, we can redefine what's possible. The real question is this: can belief alone create value? Can a community's shared vision turn a digital coin into something truly priceless? For Pi's passionate community, the answer is a resounding yes. Their faith in the project is unwavering, and their optimism is contagious. And that belief, as history has shown time and again, is one of the most powerful forces in the world. So, just how massive is Pi's community? The numbers might surprise you. With over 55 million active users, Pi's network is already larger than the entire population of Spain. Imagine a digital nation, bigger than many countries, all connected by a single app. But these aren't just passive investors or people who signed up and forgot. Every day, millions open the Pi app, check in, and interact with the community. This is a network of people who are truly engaged, building something together from the ground up. Pi's mobile-first approach is a game-changer. Anyone with a smartphone can join, no matter where they live or what resources they have. You don't need a bank account, a fancy computer, or even a stable internet connection all day, just a phone and a few seconds daily. The user base is truly global, with especially huge communities in Southeast Asia, Africa, and Europe. From bustling cities to remote villages, Pi is connecting people everywhere. In places like Vietnam and Nigeria, Pi has become a household name. Local meetups are common, and real-world marketplaces are starting to accept Pi as payment, turning digital currency into something tangible for everyday life. This kind of grassroots adoption is Pi's greatest strength. It's not just a top-down project, it's a movement powered by ordinary people, spreading through word of mouth and community action. If the network keeps growing, imagine 100 million or even 500 million users, the value and influence of Pi could skyrocket. Each new member adds momentum, making the network stronger and more valuable. This is the power of the network effect. The more people who use Pi, the more useful and valuable it becomes for everyone. It's a positive feedback loop, just like the early days of the internet or social media. Think of it like Facebook or Instagram, but instead of sharing photos or stories, you're sharing value, real money, instantly, with anyone in the world. If enough of the world joins in, Pi could become the default global currency. A way for people everywhere to exchange value, regardless of borders or banks. The foundation for this future is already being built, brick by brick, user by user. The only real question left is, just how far can this movement go? What's the limit when millions or even billions are involved? And imagine the possibilities if a company like Tesla, with its global reach and innovation, decides to join in. The future of Pi could be bigger than anyone expects. Now imagine Tesla officially accepting Picoin at the GCV price. That announcement would shake the worlds of finance and automotive overnight. Tesla's endorsement would legitimize Pi and its community-driven value instantly. Media would explode, and Pi would go from niche to global phenomenon. Suddenly millions who've mined Pi could afford a Tesla. Demand would skyrocket. A Model 3 for 0.13 Pi? A Model S Plaid for less than half a Pi? Unthinkable but possible. Tesla's mission to accelerate sustainable energy would get a massive boost, making EVs accessible to millions more. It's a synergy of technology, community, and vision. The impact would be historic. Let's play it out. Tesla updates its site, buy a Cybertruck with a fraction of a Pi. Instantly, early Pi users, many in developing countries, gain life-changing wealth. Demand for Teslas explodes, production is maxed out, and waiting lists grow for years. Other automakers face a choice, accept Pi or risk irrelevance. The entire industry could shift to EVs and crypto payments almost overnight. The used car market transforms. People buy Teslas with Pi, then resell for cash, bridging the Pi and traditional economies. This could spark a full-blown Pi economy, houses, groceries, services, all priced in Pi. Businesses everywhere would want in, accepting Pi to attract this new wave of buyers. The ripple effect would be massive. Pi could become a true, everyday global currency, and Tesla would be at the center of it all. The world's financial map would be redrawn. The upside? Unprecedented financial inclusion. Billions currently locked out of the global economy could suddenly participate just by owning a smartphone. It would be the largest wealth redistribution in history. Newfound wealth could fuel entrepreneurship and innovation, especially in developing nations. Millions could start businesses, solve local problems, and lift communities out of poverty. Tesla's mission would accelerate millions more EVs, faster transition to clean energy, and a real shot at cutting global emissions. Power would shift from banks and governments to everyday people. Pi, backed by Tesla, could spark a more democratic, open financial future. It's a vision of optimism, inclusion, and real change. The world could look very different, fairer, greener, and more connected, all from a simple app and a bold idea. But let's be real, the risks are huge. Injecting trillions in new wealth could trigger runaway inflation, making everything more expensive. Early Pi adopters would become ultra-rich, while latecomers might be left behind, creating new inequalities. Governments would likely crack down, seeing Pi as a threat to their control over money. Tesla could face legal battles and regulatory chaos worldwide. Production bottlenecks and supply chain issues could frustrate buyers and damage Tesla's reputation. The Pi network itself might buckle under the pressure. Any technical failure could destroy trust overnight. The dream could collapse as quickly as it rose. The stakes are as high as the rewards. So, Elon, that's the idea. Tesla embracing PiCoin at the GCV. The opportunity is massive. Empower millions, accelerate your mission, and disrupt the world economy. But the risks are just as big: economic chaos, regulatory backlash, and logistical nightmares. Maybe the answer isn't all or nothing. Start small, accept Pi for merchandise or as a down payment, and see what happens. The Pi community is ready. They have the numbers, the passion, and the patience. All they need is a spark. And if anyone can ignite a revolution, it's you. The conversation is happening, with or without you. The future of money is being written right now. Will you be the one to turn the page? Thanks for watching.